So we are at the Atlanta airport. We've had just a horrible experience flying today on Delta. So our flight started in Raleigh, Durham, and there was a weather delay, and a lot of the airlines had to delay their flights, which we understand. We had a flight to Atlanta from Raleigh, Durham, and then there was a 1 hour change of planes to connect, and then our flight from Atlanta to Phoenix. Now I have a doctor's appointment in the morning for a pre-op for a surgery I'm having on Monday, so I have to have the pre-op, otherwise I can't have the surgery on Monday. So the flight got out of Raleigh, Durham late and got to Atlanta late. And by the time we got to Atlanta, our flight from Atlanta to Phoenix was already gone. So we're in the Atlanta airport, and when we went up to the gate agent, they're like, you have to go to this one special gate, gate 18. There's an information desk there, and they'll help you get set up. Now, in the Atlanta airport here, we don't have our luggage. It got checked through to Phoenix, so it's not coming off the conveyor here. And we have nowhere to go because our flight left. So we're not on a flight. The next flight's tomorrow morning. So I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. We went over to that gate 18, and I'm going to show you some video footage here. It starts at gate 18 and goes all the way down the entire length of the building. We started counting, and I stopped counting at 450 people standing in that line waiting to get this information desk. And in the information desk, there's a bunch of phones you pick up, and you pick up the phone and you talk to someone on the other end of a phone. There's two people there that are guiding you to these phones, but that's it. So there's no Delta agent to talk to. Now we thought, okay, we'll go to the gate. We go to the ticket booth, right? The ticket desk. So, and I'm gonna show you some video footage here. There are no one at the ticket desk. The ticket desks are just empty. So there's, again, no one at Delta to talk to. Now here we are at the baggage claim. We thought, let's go to baggage claim. Even though our bags aren't gonna show up here, let's go to baggage claim, let them know, hey, we don't have our bags. Like, we have none of our, toothbrush or any of that stuff. We don't even have a hotel book. We don't even know where we're staying at this point. And you can see here also, the video footage I'm showing here, the line for the people to get in to talk to someone at the baggage claim is at least 100 people long. So Delta has nobody staffing the ticket counter. They have a phone to pick up and call someone with at least 500 people waiting in line to do that because we stopped counting. And then the two people at the baggage service, whoever that is, they're dealing with at least 100 people in line. That's the service that Delta has given us. So at this point, not sure what we're doing. I guess we're in Atlanta. We're not planning on being here. We're gonna have to find a hotel, I guess, and get a room and pay for it ourselves. We did not eat because we were delayed at the Raleigh-Durham airport. So we've been there since 4 o'clock, and it's midnight now. And I guess we're on our own to try and get a flight for the next morning. Hopefully I can get to Phoenix before my doctor's appointment, which is in the morning. And that's where we are. So I'm going to update you more as it goes on. But right now, we can't find anyone to talk to without waiting in line behind at least 450 people in one end and at least 100 people in another. And it's midnight. And all of these people in these lines are trying to get somewhere or trying to get luggage from a flight they've missed or whatever. I don't know. It's not a good situation. This is the second time I've taken Delta this year, and both times I've had a nightmare experience. I absolutely hate flying them. I hate anything to do with them. We will not be doing this again. So, all right, I'll catch up in a little bit. So the saga continues here. So the three of us are, stuck at the airport. Now we're trying to find a hotel, and there's no hotels available. So everything around here is sold out. And I mean, you can imagine why. You've got all these stranded passengers. So still not one Delta person to be seen. Other than at the front of these lines of 400 people and 100 people, there's no actual employee anywhere that will work with you. So not only are we not gonna get to Phoenix tonight, we don't have a place to stay. Our luggage isn't here, right? It's getting checked through to Phoenix. So it's going on the next flight to Phoenix, and we can't get a hotel at this point. So we're doing what we can here, and we're a family of 3, so it's not that simple. What we're looking at possibly having to sleep on the benches at the next gate for our flight at 8 in the morning, and it's 12:12. So all the stuff about the airline service and their service, it's all bullshit. There's nothing here. There's no Delta representative other than waiting on that line of over 400 people to get to a phone, to pick something up, to pick up a phone, to call someone on a direct line to get them to help us after they've, helped 400 other people. Very, very frustrating. There was a time when you can go to a customer service rep and they would take care of this with you. There would be, obviously it's a weather delay. I'm not expecting them to pay for anything, but they could get us a distressed passenger rate at a local hotel, or, they know all that stuff. We're, limited on what we can do here from the airport, because we don't live in this area. We don't know anything about Atlanta. All right, so for now, that's what we have, but I'll keep updating you. But at this point, we don't have anywhere to go until 8 in the morning, and we have nowhere to stay, and there's no one to talk to. Delta's just avoiding everyone at this point. So they're home, Atlanta, and this is how they treat us. Not happy. Okay, so here's the next part of this chapter. So it is now the next morning. We were lucky enough to find a hotel in Midtown Atlanta for $250 a night. So by the time we were able to find this hotel and arrange for public transportation to get there, and figure out how to use the light rail, and which was just about to close since it was after midnight, we wound up checking in this hotel and getting to bed at 3 in the morning as soon as we got into the room. It's now 5:30 a.m. And now we're heading back to the airport to try and get on a morning flight from Atlanta here back to Phoenix. So $250 out the window of our own money because our flight misconnected. We don't have any baggage. We're in the clothes that we wore last night. There's no toothbrush. There's none of that stuff. So whatever we have physically on us, that's what we have. So here we are headed back to the airport to try and get home today. And that's it. Still no word from Delta, no sign from Delta. We don't even have confirmation that we can get on this flight in the morning here. As of right now, we're stuck in Atlanta and just doing the best. I still have this doctor's appointment at 8 a.m. I'm not going to make, that I've pushed to 1 o'clock. And hopefully, I just left a voicemail. Hopefully they'll be able to do that. All right, another amazing day about to start with Delta Airlines. I don't know how people who don't have credit, who don't happen to have a credit card or any of that stuff do this. Where are they supposed to get $250 if they weren't planning on doing that? What if you have a family of 4? What do you do? I don't know. All right, let's see where this goes next. All right, guys, so here we are with the next piece of this saga. So not only did we misconnect and there was no one there to help us, but now we're back at the airport. We have a reservation for this morning flight, and we can't check in at the automated kiosk. It just tells us that there's an error, and we now have to go speak with the person. And I don't know if you can see this, but here's the line of people waiting to get to speak with an agent. It's gigantic. There's probably, 60 people in this line waiting to speak with someone at the desk. So, this is Delta today. So there's not enough people working for the flights. And I realize it's after COVID, but seriously, there's like 60 people waiting in line, and the flight's in 2 hours. And at this point, it doesn't even look like we're gonna make it. So another straw in the camel's back here. Another amazing experience with Delta Airlines. Just chalk it up to everything we've been through so far. All right, so you can see the line there. It's just crazy just to get into this customer service area to figure out why we can't print our boarding passes at the kiosk. It is 6 a.m. The flight's at 8:15. We're supposedly on it. We can see it in our reservation. We just can't print boarding passes, so we can't get through security. And at this point, the line hasn't moved. It's not moving. And 2 hours before the flight departs, right? Like, it's not looking good that we'll even get on this flight so I can get home and get to my doctor's appointment. All of these people are here because of the cancellations from yesterday. So it's so frustrating. 2 hours. It is 6 a.m. on Friday morning. My flight's at 8:15. I most likely won't make it. Standing in line for Delta Airlines. I already spoke with a person here in a red shirt with says Delta on it, and they're like, "Oh, you got to go stand in that line." This is it. Tim just called Delta Airlines to take care of this on the phone, and there's a 6-hour wait for help on the phone. 6 hours for customer service on the phone. That's the whole time. Yeah. Delta Airlines. All right, so we finally have a flight to Phoenix. We are in the very back row, last row of the plane. We were in comfort class, which is Delta's bullshit way of saying, oh, the first few seats in coach. It's still the same nonsense. But I guess at this point, we're lucky to have a flight. We don't know where our luggage is. Let's hope it gets to Phoenix. I just now had some fruit. First thing I've eaten since Raleigh Durham yesterday. And we're hoping to be able to get to Phoenix. Throughout this whole trip, of course, Delta has treated us like it's our problem because there was a rain delay yesterday and not their issue. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so we have finally made it home to Phoenix. We were supposed to get home last night at 10 p.m. or something, and we're home now at 8 in the morning the next day. So we were having the same issue in Atlanta, trying to, they had rebooked us on the morning flight, and we should have been all set, but we couldn't print boarding passes because there was a problem with our reservation. So when they booked us, they didn't do something right, and it was a crazy huge line to stand on in Atlanta. And so, I mean, it would have taken us hours to get through that line. We would have missed our flight, and luckily, we were able to talk to one of the agents who were walking around. Finally, because we had talked to 5 people in red shirt, Delta shirts, and they were like, "I'll go stand over there." Finally, someone said, "You should be able to just print your boarding passes." And when he realized we couldn't, he went behind the counter, figured it out, got our boarding passes printed, and sent us through the security gate, which was really long also, but security has it down there, so they were fine. Once we got to the gate, we waited for the plane and got on. All of Delta's in-flight services are always amazing. Like all the flight attendants, they're all great, right? The captains, the pilots, all that stuff. But never a problem with them, right? Those people are really out to do their best. But it's been our experience that with Delta Airlines, with the gate, people at the ticket counter and the people at the airport before security, those people, they're never interested in doing anything other than getting to the next person and getting those numbers done. That's it. And throughout this whole trip, I'm still amazed that Delta Airlines knew that we misconnected. They knew that when they got us into Atlanta, our flight to Atlanta Phoenix was gone, and there was no one standing there waiting to explain to us what to do next. I've been on Southwest flights where we're sitting at the gate and we should have left and we're late, and Southwest will come on the loudspeaker and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting a little while longer. We've got 3 or 4 passengers coming in from another flight. We're just waiting for them to get here, and then we'll take off. It'll just be a few minutes." Now, I'm not expecting Delta to hold the flight for us to do that because I know they're not going to do that. But when I've misconnected on another airline, right? Like Southwest knows those people are connecting, so they're holding the flight. Delta knows that we're connecting and we're not going to make it. Yet there's no one there, and it wasn't just us, it was many people. There's not a person waiting there to say to us, "Hey, we know you misconnected, we're really sorry. It was a weather delay, we can't do anything about it, we don't control the weather, but there's a Hyatt down the road. Here, call them and give them this code. That's a distressed passenger rate, and they'll give you a discount on that. And I know you're supposed to have eaten and you didn't. Here's some meal vouchers for a local pizza or something." I don't know. I was in the airline industry for many years, so I know that's how it works, or how it used to work. And nothing like that. Like, what if you don't have a credit card? What if you don't have money? What if, you're not, able to just pull out a credit card and call a hotel and, call Uber and spend $90 one way to get to a hotel? Like, what if you don't have all that, right? Like, what do they expect you to do? So I will never forget the lack of effort on Delta Airlines on this trip when it went bad. and it's good, it's all good, right? There's no problem. When you have your ticket, you've paid it, and you've checked, you're here 2 hours early, which we always are, and checked it, it's no problem. But when something goes wrong, they just disappeared like the Wizard of Oz. They were gone, right? Nothing was what it looked like. And even in their home base, right, Atlanta, their hub, their largest presence, they were just gone and vanished. I'm never going to forget that. So that's my experience with Delta Airlines. Unfortunately, it's not the first time I've had to deal with nonsense like this from Delta. And at this point, I don't care what the occasion is. I will never step on one of their planes again. So I'm going to go back to Southwest. Like, say what you want about Southwest. They don't play favorites. Everyone's treated the same, and that's the way it is. So this whole, class, break up, the way they break class, coach into different classes and all that is just nonsense on Delta. And because of it, they treat you differently. So thank you for following this whole thing. If anyone Delta Airlines sees this is my experience, and don't bother contacting me. I don't want anything to do with you. Take care, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.